Hello, boys and girls. So I'm starting today's math lesson from a different location because we have a very special day we're celebrating. So take a look at the calendar behind me. Today is December 3rd, and what special thing is happening today on December 3rd? Who are we celebrating today? That's right, it's T's birthday! Happy birthday, T! I can't wait for us to all be back together so that we can celebrate your birthday all together as a class. Sorry, I had to relocate back to my spot for the math lesson, but very special day. It is your birthday. I'm sure everyone from their houses are cheering for your special day, and I hope you have a great day at home. Can't wait to celebrate with you when we're back together. So, without further ado, it's time to talk about addition and subtraction fact families. What is a fact family, you ask? Let's take a look. So, we're going to pretend that I have some pennies and that I'm trading pennies with Bob. So, you're going to take a look. Let me find my marker. You're going to take a look, and I'm going to draw some things to talk about fact families about me and Bob and fact families. So, I have this board, and I'm going to give Bob, so Bob has 5 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bob has 5 pennies. I gave Bob 1 more penny. How many pennies does Bob have now? Well, that's easy. 5 pennies plus 1 more equals 6 pennies. Good. That is one fact in a fact family. Now, let's say Bob only starts with 1 penny. And then I give him 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what does our number sentence look like? He started with 1 penny. We added 5 more because I gave him 5 more. And now he has 6 pennies. Are these the same exact number sentence? No, they're not the same exact, but they have the same add-ins. They're just flip-flopped. Instead of 5 being first here, it's second. But they both have the same sum, the same answer. And they're all using 5, 1, and 6. 5, 1, and 6. Same 3 numbers. Now, these are 2 addition problems in an addition and subtraction fact family. But the family needs 2 subtraction problems also. So take a look down here. I'm going to start taking pennies from Bob. So now Bob is starting with 6 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Bob has 6 pennies, and now I'm going to take away 1 penny. So this is a some went away story. So Bob had 6 pennies. He started with 6. And then I took away minus 1 penny equals, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pennies left. So that's one way I could take pennies from Bob. So now another way in this fact family that I can take pennies from Bob, he's going to start with 6 pennies again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now he has 6 pennies. I'm going to take away 5 pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pennies. So now Bob had 6 pennies. I took away 5 pennies. How many pennies does he have left? 1 penny. 6 minus 5 equals 1. Take a look at all of these facts. This is a fact family. 5 plus 1 equals 6. 1 plus 5 equals 6. 6 minus 1 equals 5. 6 minus 5 equals 1. This is a fact family. So, what do you notice about all of these facts? They all use what? They all use the same 3 numbers. So, each fact has the numbers 5, 1, and 6, right? All of these facts have those 3 numbers. What do you notice about the addition facts? They both have the same number as the answer, right? For the subtraction facts, they both have the same number as your first number. And what do you know? 6 and 6, 6 and 6, they all use that same number to double up, to be the same. And guess what? That number is special because that is the biggest number out of all 3 of those numbers. So out of those 3 numbers, 5, 1, and 6, which one is the biggest number? Aha, you called it. 6. 6 is your biggest number. So that will be the answer in your addition fact and the first number in your subtraction fact. So I'll say that again. The biggest number out of the 3 numbers in a fact family, the biggest number is the answer to the addition and the first number in subtraction. Then the other 2 numbers just flip-flop. Flip-flop. You see what we're doing here? Let's try another one. So I'm going to erase what we have. Pew, pew. Okay. So now, I'm still talking with Bob, but instead of pennies, we're not going to talk about pennies anymore. We're going to talk about marbles. So Bob has 4 marbles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bob has 4 marbles, and I give Bob 2 more marbles. 1, 2. What will that number sentence look like? He started with 4 marbles, plus some more. We gave him 2 more marbles. Now he has 6 marbles. Now let's talk with Bob about marbles in another way. Instead of Bob starting with 4 marbles, we're going to have Bob start with 2 marbles. 1, 2. And then we're going to give him, instead of giving him 2 more, I'm going to flip this and I'm going to give him 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 marbles. So now Bob had 2 marbles. I gave him 4 more plus 4 equals the same number, 6, the same answer. So it's 4 plus 2 equals 6. 2 plus 4 equals 6. That is the beginning part of our fact family, the addition. What do you notice about the numbers 4, 2, and 6? 2, 4, and 6. Well, first I bet you notice that they're all even numbers. Good, but your answer is the same, and it's the biggest number. So what do you think we're going to start with down here for our subtraction facts? You guessed it, we're going to start with 6 marbles because that's our biggest number, that's our answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bob is starting with 6 marbles now. He's starting with the biggest number. And then I'm going to take away, let's pick one of these. Let's take away 2 marbles. 1, 2. So if we take away minus 2 marbles, how many does he have left? 4 marbles. 6 minus 2 equals 4. And now our other subtraction fact, if this one starts with that big number 6, this one also needs to start with that biggest number, 6. So we're going to start with 6 marbles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last time we took away 2 marbles, but this time we're going to take away the other number. We're going to take away 4. So let's take away 1, 2, 3, 4. What happens when you have 6 minus 4? How many do you have left? 2 marbles. Look at all of these facts in our fact family. It's only 3 members of our family. So let's take a look. We have 2, 4, and 6. And our biggest number, 6, is our answer in the addition and the first number in subtraction. Because when you're taking away, it always needs to start big, and it will be taking stuff away and small. Start big, take stuff away, and small. Here, you're putting things together, so your answer is going to be the biggest. You're putting things together, answer is the biggest. So that's why the biggest number is always going to be your answer in addition, because you're putting more things together. And then in subtraction will always be the biggest number, because you're starting big and then you're taking stuff away so it'll get smaller. So, we are going to take a look at our addition and subtraction fact family page. I really wish we were together for this lesson, because this is a confusing lesson until you really understand it, until we really dive into it. It's probably tough to watch this in a video for so long, but alas, we will reunite soon enough. Write your name and date at the top. /3 for T, rhymes with T, 3/20. An addition and subtraction fact family has 2 addition and 2 subtraction facts that all have the same 3 numbers. Write a fact family for the numbers 2, 8, and 10. So, we are given the 3 numbers, just like when we're using these boards and we have 3 numbers. We're given 3 numbers, now we have to put together number sentences like that. I'm going to help guide you through how we do this. So, we have 2, 8, and 6. Maybe the first thing you think is, hey, those are all even numbers. You thought that because you're a genius. Alright, but other than them being even numbers, first thing I want you to find is the biggest number and circle it. What is the biggest, 2, 8, or 10? You're right, it's 10. Circle 10. What did I say the biggest number is for addition questions? We're going to write our facts going up and down. The biggest number is always the answer, the sum in addition problems. So your 10 is going to go down here. 10, 10. Now we're going to look up here at your subtraction. Do you remember where the biggest number goes for a subtraction problem? It's always the first number. So I know these are going side to side, but if I were to line these up top to bottom, it would say 6 minus 2 equals 4. So our 10 will go up at the top. 10, 10. So our biggest number is the answer to addition and the first number in subtraction, because you always need to take away from the biggest. All right, good. Now, this is where it gets fun. You get to play with the 2 and the 8. You get to flip them around, flop them around. Every problem will have these 3 numbers in it, so pick which one you want to start with. Do you want to go 2 plus 8 first? 2 plus 8 equals 10. Is that true? 8, 9, 10. 10. That's correct. Now, we can't do the same thing 2 plus 8 again. We have to flip them. Instead of having 2 plus 8, let's say 8 plus 2 equals 10. Same answer, but our add-ends are switched around. Now we're ready for subtraction. You're going to pick one that you're going to take away. This is just like Bob. If Bob was starting with 10 marbles, if I took 2 marbles away, so I used 2, what's my last number? 8. 10, 9, 8. 8. So we used all 3 numbers. And now, we can't do 10 minus 2 equals 8 again. We can't have the same exact problem. We have to flip it around. So if Bob has 10 marbles to start with, instead of taking away 2, I'm going to take away 8. And now if I take away 8 from 10, I'm going to have 2 left. You don't even have to do anything to solve it because you know, looking at this fact family, that I need to use all 3 numbers. If I did want to solve it, I could start at 8 and count up till I get to 10. 8, 9, 10. That's 2. Very good. I'm hoping as we do this more, it's going to start clearing up. Maybe it's already clicking for you and you understand and you're flying ahead of me. But if not, we're going to work slowly through this. Write a fact family for the numbers 3, 9, and 12. So we're given 3 numbers here. What should we do first? I'll give you a hint. What do we do up here first? Find the biggest number. What's our biggest number? 3, 9, or 12? 12 is our biggest. And our biggest number will be the sum of the addition problems. Because when you're adding things together, the answer is always the biggest number. 12, 12. Now we're going to use that 12 to be the first number, the number we start with for subtraction. 12, 12. So now that we've used our biggest number, we can play around with our other 2 numbers. So we could say 3 plus 9 equals 12. Is that true? This is an adding 9 fact. So what's 1 less than 3? 2. Put a 1 in front of it. Easy peasy. Now we can't say 3 plus 9 again. We have to flip them around. So if you flip the addends, we'll have 9 on top and 3 on the bottom. 9 plus 3 equals 12. And now for subtraction, we're going to do something similar. Let's pretend Bob had 12 marbles. Let's take away 3 marbles from Bob. Now how many does he have left? 12, 11, 10, 9. 9 left. We know that's the answer because we need to use all 3 numbers. Now, the first time we took away 3, let's take away 9 this time. And if 12 minus 3 equals 9, then 12 minus 9 equals 3. Wonderful. If you wanted to solve it to check, you could start at 9 and count up till you get to 12. 9, 10, 11, 12. Very good. Moving on to this one. Write a fact family for the numbers 1, 7, and 8. Find your biggest number. What's the biggest? 1, 7, or 8? 8 is your biggest. Very good. So your biggest number will always be the sum. Always be the answer to the addition problems. 8, 8. And where does it go for subtraction? The first number. 8, 8. So we used our 8, and now we get to play with the 1 and the 7. We could do 1 plus 7 equals 8. 1 plus 7 equals 8. Is that true? 7, 8. Yeah, it's true. Now we can't do 1 plus 7 again. We have to flip the addends. 7 plus 1. 7, 8. And now we get to use those 2 numbers. And let's say if we take 1 away from 8. If you have 8, and you take 1 away, you'll have 7. 8, 7. And now, instead of taking away 1, let's take away 7. So if you have 8 of something and you take 7 of them away, you'll have 1 left. We always have to make sure we use all 3 numbers, so that's how you'll know how to solve this. Even though we haven't learned subtraction yet, As long as you use all three numbers and switch up the spots they're in, notice these just kind of flip-flopped, these flip-flopped, and these stay the same. Shoo, shoo. Then it's true. It's correct. Let's do the last one. We have 2, 6, and 8. Where's your biggest number? Biggest number is 8 again. 8. Very good. So we do our biggest number is the sum for addition. And the first number for subtraction. Now we get to play around with the other two numbers, 2 and 6. So we could say 2 plus 6 equals 8. And if we flip those addends, instead of 2 being on top, we'll put 2 on the bottom and 6 above it. 2 plus 6 equals 8. 6 plus 2 equals 8. And for subtraction, we have to use those other two numbers now. Let's take away 2 first. And if we take away 2, our only number left is 6. If we take away, we already took away 2, so now we have to take away 6. If we take away 6, 8 minus 6 equals 2. I know I went pretty quickly through that last one, but hopefully it's starting to all make sense now. Fact family has 3 numbers and 2 addition facts, 2 subtraction facts, and you're using those 3 numbers in every single fact. The biggest number is always your answer for addition, your first number for subtraction. So I'm also going to work through the guided practice page with you, but I'm going to put that in a separate video. If you want to go ahead and do that on your own, have fun. I can't wait to see your answers. If you'd like to tune back in with me, you'll open up the next video and do the guided practice page 29A with me. So I hope addition and subtraction fact families make a little bit more sense to you than they did before, because before you didn't know what they were. So we'll talk more about them when we're back together in person. Hopefully that's already starting to click for you. So good luck on your guided practice page and your fact page.